So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot. Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the LaTangela Show podcast. You know, it does my heart well to have those in the hot seat and on the tan line that's really showing up and doing it in the spirit of excellence. And I'm pretty sure they passed my message along because I said, now hold on a second. Now, I done talked to any and everybody running around here on this campus, but I need a word or two or three or maybe even a paragraph from our athletics director himself, Coach Roman Banks. How are you?
LaTangela Fay.
Listen, I'm so excited to get you here because we have so many things going on.
We do. That's why I figure I'd do a drive-by and drive up on you real quick.
Yes, and this is an extension of your office. So whenever you have things that's going on, please feel free to jump in the hot seat on the tan line and fill us in first because we're here for it.
Well, certainly, before you get into it, I appreciate you. You always carry the word of Southern University and Southern University Athletics and do a great job. And plus, you know, the permanent figure that you are in Baton Rouge, we're elated that you're on our team.
I appreciate that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Y'all make it easy to be a part of such a wonderful team. You have about how many different sports under your umbrella for the Southern University?
It's about 18 sports, 400 student athletes.
That's a lot of personalities. That's a lot of schedules. That's a lot of nutrition. That's a lot of everything.
And also dealing with each head coach, that's a lot too.
Absolutely. And, you know, I really want to address that because it's not something that happens overnight. You have a system that has gelled so well. And with all of these coaches, all of your support team members, what does that look like coming across your desk on a day-to-day?
Well, you know, it's a lot going on. People don't really understand the world that we live in, right? You think you just at a game, we show up at a game in its own, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have the NCAA rules and regulation, which you have the compliance, and now you got the NIL space where you have to have someone overseeing NIL space. And then you got the mental health space that you have to have someone overseeing mental health space.
Right.
And then also when you start talking about your sports medicine part, they have to oversee the sports medicine part. And so it's a lot of things that go on that require us 2 or 3 days a week where we have a huge staff meeting just to review everything and make sure we're all on the same page.
Yes, and it's very active. And throughout the years, you all have managed to keep us the standard where everyone is excited, everyone is encouraged to join the movement and to support our student athletes. They're students first, and we want to make sure that they're getting that great student life experience. What are some of the things that we as a community can really pull together to make that part of the job easier for you and your team?
Well, one of the things that I always say is that, you know, giving these student athletes a thumb up on social media. Social media has changed the game, and they always get negative when they lose a game, and really it has come to a point sometime where it gets life threatening.
Yeah.
And so I think more encouragement on social media because nobody intends to lose a game or do any harm to the sport. So I think that helps as it relates to giving positive feedback, and then it helps with a mental health more than anything. I think one of the things that I'm always concerned about student athletes come to Southern University and we surround them with everything where they come in and they leave that much better.
And, you know, I'm glad you brought that up because things have changed so much in such a short span. It wasn't that long ago where people would have to go to a newspaper article. They would have to go to a magazine article to get some sort of feedback. And even that feedback was filtered, possibly coming from a filtered source, a trusted source, or at least a soundboard. Now, everybody's a reporter.
Right.
Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's matter of fact, and everybody has direct contact and that instant impact. And that has to weigh in on students because as adults, it weigh in on us.
Yeah, weighing on adults and coaches world that people say some things and the information is totally wrong, and you wonder, well, how can they get that information out? And all of a sudden, people take that and run with a story that's not true. And so, we like to reward ourselves. Our coaches like to reward the people that understand and try to put out the truth when they start talking about our partners who are supposed to send out our messaging. And so that's what we try. And then another thing is, let me tell you, so with what you said is totally true because now with social media, you walk in on that Saturday, they've been talking noise on social media, talking about one another. And now, what used to be a friendly game is not a friendly game anymore.
At all.
So you have to make sure you have security and everything in place to keep teams separated and keep personnel away from one another. So it has changed in a great deal.
Yeah. And it takes someone that's in tune with the students and with the atmosphere and how things change to understand that you can't do things today the way that you did 10 years ago.
At all.
We have a lot of challenges, but I want to get on the highlight reel. Let's start on the highlight reel.
All right.
Okay. So if you had to pick a success story right now that's just top tier, go ahead and shoot it off for me. Let's do that.
Top tier
Uh-huh.
as it relates to Southern University Athletics.
Totally.
Well, it's so many stories, and so I like to think about our female sports right now.
Yes.
And they've been in this year, they kind of been in a situation where we had several of them to make the finals and compete for championships, and we have several student athletes individual that has stood out this year.
Yes.
And I'm a fan of all female side sports, and so it's been growing pretty well, and I appreciate that.
And that says a lot, because one, you're recruiting and you're retaining these students, but you're also nurturing them and putting them on these platforms that the world can see what we're made of. It takes so many different departments to make that happen. And so for these ladies that's leading in the spirit of excellence, they're doing it with style and grace as Jaguars should. Now that the headlines are looking, I've done several interviews with HBCU Go, and Mr. Curtis is always like, that's Southern, they're up to something, and they're highlighting more of our games and game day experiences. So with that, while we're getting more exposure, what is it that you want the average viewer or listener to say, wow, I didn't know that?
Well, I think that a lot of times people don't understand about the success we have had in the classroom and off the field.
Yeah.
And I try to take pride in making sure that Southern University have no scandals and most of our student athletes stay out of trouble and it's pretty clean.
Yeah.
A lot of programs can't say that. And obviously you're going to have some things that is out of your control, but we've been able to probably be number one in that category. And I'm really appreciative because that means that we have sound coaches.
Yes.
That means that we have good leadership in our external programs. And that means that the student athletes that we're getting are buying into what we're talking about.
Yes. And just the heart of the coaches, they don't cut off when they say 0000 on that clock.
No.
They know each one of their student athletes by first name, last name, nickname, personality, what day, what schedule. I'm like, wait a minute.
And so at the end of the day, when that student athlete comes, they become that parent.
Yes, they do.
And we take a lot of pride in making sure that we have everything set up where when the parent feel that the kid are safe and that they're being trained the right way and that they're getting a great education so they can be successful in life, that is the mission.
Absolutely. I sit back and I watch, and I'm a fan of the program. Outside of the student athletes being wonderful students, outside of them being spectacular athletes, with programs that I get to see you all grow out, like Building Beyond the Bluff.
Yes.
That warms my heart.
Yes.
It's another investment that the students decide to make. It's another investment that the community decides to make, but it's another investment that leadership of Southern University said is necessary, and let's grow it out. So tell me a little bit about Building Beyond the Bluff for those who may just be hearing about it for the first time.
And so that was birthed. We had our ideal, and Miss Bradford, I was going to say Tam on here, but Miss Bradford who was over student athlete development. She and I had a conversation about we need to do more for these students. What can we do in this time and be able to help them? And basically we were able to go through the NCAA and find a grant that in return allowed us to partner up with the community leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the key point is for them to see real people like yourself, to be mentored by them, and to understand what goes in that pot to become successful, how hard you have to work, what is required, and the things you have to do. And we had several people that participated that had their own businesses, did a lot of things that I think were able to draw these student athletes that was chosen for the program.
Yes.
To really say, I didn't know that, ask questions, and then get an idea of what it really takes beyond the field or beyond the court to be successful in life.
And those students came in with some heavy hitting questions.
Oh man.
Like, whoa, wait a minute now.
And some are ready for their own business right now.
They are actively,
Yeah.
and understanding that what they do is a business.
Yeah.
Now with the scape of the land with NIL, let's talk about it. The community, we have so many that invested in our community. They have very successful businesses, may not understand the realm of NIL, but want to show their support. They might think that the bag isn't big enough. Like, what is it, and the importance of having those NIL relationships nurtured or even, offered?
Yeah, and so it's an understanding that a person can donate to the university, to our foundation. They go on our website and get to our NIL pool. But also you can initiate a contact with our student athletes, will allow you to have your own individual NIL. So let's just say you have a car dealership, right?
Okay.
And you want LaTangela to come up and market for you in return to pay them. And so you can negotiate with them. And what we do from the university, from a compliance standpoint, we look over that contract and make sure it's legitimate for them, so they can gain this revenue that they need now. I think people need to understand is that this game is changing, and obviously our gain is not the same as LSU.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we want to be the best at our level. And so we really need to, and we're working on some things to make sure that our student athletes, that we can raise dollars, because that's going to be part of the success if we're going to win games or not.
Yes,
because
it is.
You're not getting them for free anymore.
What?
And so we really going to need our fans and our supporters to understand that they need to make that investment. And if you make it to Southern University, yourself, to our foundation, where our NIL account lies, then you can get a write-off for that as well.
See, the more you know, and I love that because it is a competitive space, and we know that we want to recruit the best of the best. We have so many different success stories. We could talk about track, we could talk about football, we could talk about basketball, men and women, we could talk about bowling, we can go to soccer, we can do all the things.
Yeah, we've been holding on all those sports.
We can do all the things, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to include pickleball, we'll be there too.
That's right.
We outside. And it takes a lot to be able to recruit those students and to be able to compete in that space. And once we get them, we want to make sure that we're gifting them the best student life experience, and that we're giving them that job opportunity, because that's what it is. They work so hard.
They do. And now it really gives you a chance that if you want to invest in that, to have a one-on-one relationship with that student athlete.
Yeah.
Right. It was a line that was crossed, but now it kind of opened the door that if you want to sow into a student athlete, now you have the communication space with that student athlete. And I think that people have taken advantage of it, have also in return been able to mentor those student athletes and help them in a direction for them to be successful in the future.
That's right. And we have 5 home games on the books for the Southern University football team.
Yes.
It's a new era. We call it the Falk era. I call it the Falk around to find out era. That's next level, extra set of eyes. You have a humble giant in the Hall of Famer that's coming, and he's bringing a very talented coaching staff and support team with them. When you start making those type of decisions, because I've never had the opportunity to ask you about this on this platform,
right.
It wasn't an overnight decision. So walk us through what the process is like for that.
Well, as it relates to the business now versus where it was, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, it changed, right?
Mhm.
And so it is my responsibility to make sure that I'm moving with change that can positively affect Southern University. And so in this football space, we're talking about monies and dollars and all those things, and you still got to have a qualified coach. But I also thought going down this road that, and I'll explain it quickly. If you go to a Power Five, and we'll say LSU because LSU would know, well, Power Four would know the big school, right?
Right.
So they have everything in place, right? And so you just go hire a coach because we're gonna have 50 million for NIL, right?
Yeah.
And so now for us, because it's a money grab also, that you for our level, you have to go hire somebody that can coach and that's marketable,
Right.
right? And that can help you for people to tell the story for them to invest into that program.
Yes.
And that is one of the revenues or one of the lanes that carried us over where when I was doing these looking for a coach that made Marshall so appropriate for our job at this time.
I love it. And he's excited. His team, they're excited. Our football team, they're excited. And Jaguar Nation, we're excited. And to show you our excitement, season tickets are available right now.
Right now, and season
Yeah.
tickets are moving pretty fast.
Yes,
So,
they are.
right now, if you want to be a season ticket holder, you need to call that ticket off at 225-771.
3171.
See that she know it. Like
See?
she work, we on the
See?
same page.
Listen
on the same
to
thing. And Aretha and them in the ticket office definitely start signing you up, and so we have increased season ticket sales quite a bit, and I'm excited about it.
Absolutely. And we're excited about it as well. We'll be gifting you those family 4-packs. So look, the game day experience from the time you get there for the tailgate to the time you leave after fifth quarter, it is all the way up. And we will travel.
And let me say this, and it's a lot of information coming out, is that that season ticket holders will have first access to a lot of things, right?
Okay, membership got its privileges.
And so you can buy your tailgate spots now and all those things. Take advantage of it right now because when we start going to game day sales, after ticket sales, if you want a tailgate spot, then you're gonna have to buy a couple pair of tickets to get in line to get that tailgate spot.
Okay, see, that's good information to
Yeah,
know. That's
yeah.
why I be needing them to pull up on.
Yeah. So it's almost just as good for you to go ahead, if you know you're a big tailgater, to go ahead and buy your season tickets and get your tailgate spots at a discount right now.
Even better.
Yeah.
And I heard that you've been practicing your dance routine and your song list because the annual Gala is on the way.
Oh man.
And you got some heavy hitters hitting that stage now.
Oh, that's our big fundraiser. I'm excited about the Gala. A couple of places I went to, universities I worked at. This was their big lunch, right?
Uh-huh.
Going into the fall, this the big build up, and so this is the big build up for Southern University athletics, and it's our fundraiser where the old dollars go for us to do the best that we can for our student athletes in all areas.
Yeah.
And so we've been pretty successful. I mean, it's a good turnout. It's a fun time. And we're looking forward to this year and hoping everybody go get those tickets and let's do it again.
That's right. This year you got some heavy hitters hitting that stage. Tucker, he gonna hit that stage. Come out there, do a little singing, this one.
The king of swing.
That's him. He say he ready.
And that's one of my favorite artists. I'm looking forward to hearing him as well.
You should. And then we also have one of the original kings of R&B. None other than the great himself.
The bad boy.
Bobby to the Brown. Bobby, baby.
And when we look at this, we are not, and this is no disrespect, in no way to any music gender, but we like to have bands.
Yeah.
We like to have real music because we think that we try to bring artists that have had some hits and kind of give it that old family reunion backyard type feel. Now, you're all dressed up in your tie and all those type of things, and so what we try to do is be particular of who we getting and how we getting it. We wanted to be very accommodating to everybody. No one feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so we work very hard on trying to get the artists and trying to make that day special, right? You come in at 6 o'clock, and before you go in, get ready for the concert. There's everything free on the outside.
Love something about the word free.
Take pictures with the coaches. Take pictures with the coaches. We have picture booths. You walk on that blue carpet.
Our vendors are there, and if you would like to be a vendor, now would be the time to sign up for that while space is limited.
That's right.
But it's available. Limited, but available.
So I need everybody. You know, we just went live with I need everybody to run to get those tickets.
Yes, and it comes with a 3-course meal. It comes with a night that is unmatched because when I tell you everyone shows up and that Raising Cane's River Center is
that belongs to us. We take over that night.
Jaguar Nation shows up and shows.
Man, it's so nice. I go back, I look at some of the pictures and everything. I mean, it really has become a staple, and that's what we wanted it to be.
Indeed, it is. You know, today I really want to encourage you to support Southern University athletics. Our student athletes, we have over 400 right now.
Yes.
That's a lot of activity going on. So even if you own a business and you want to make sure that you're gifting some of these students an outlet, this would be a perfect time to do that. If it's going to be some students, maybe team building exercises, maybe you want to come through and say, hey, I want to learn more about building beyond the bluff. Become one of our mentors. I challenge you to do that. I want to see you there like I see you at the games.
And also, you know, sometimes if they need to have a conversation and, you know, we always moving around, I'm always busy, but call Aretha at that ticket office number and say, hey, leave a message. I want to speak to Coach Banks about something. I'll make sure that we get with them or someone on the staff get with them and we can have a one-on-one how we can team up better.
Absolutely. The number, it works. It got them here today. 225-771-3171. That's 225-771-3171. We're super excited for all of the things you have going on. And for more details, you can log on to gojagsports.com.
Yes.
Now, look, I know you've got more work to do, so I'm going to let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
And I love you more.
Go Jags.
Go Jags.